structure. Dr. Stone is off structure. Dr. Stone.
Evis, you know it's your jam, it's your goodbye.
No, it's probably in the box. Yeah. Here it is. Up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A, enter. Do that on their website, and you'll see a secret surprise.
All right, I'll be right back.
Epilogues and Prologues.
Yes, we've been on a 2-week hiatus because I've been trying to get some shit together, and that hasn't worked.
You've always got something serious going on.
Yeah.
I wish.
Here it is.
I make it.
Up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A, enter. Do that on their website, and you'll see a secret surprise.
Well, yeah, because eventually we're gonna die, and there's nothing we can do. No, it's really weird. Actually,
Speak for yourself. I've got a cryo chamber waiting.
What are you trying to Han Solo this shit?
I want to Disney that shit. What are you talking about?
Ah, fair enough. Is
I was
Walt
like,
your
you
idol?
know his body's
well,
frozen,
there's
right?
all that racism that supports that.
Well, Disney hated Jews, and he's frozen. He'll come back and make more Disney movies.
I don't know. How do you think he might feel about like Pixar and things like that?
I don't know. That's an interesting thought because I think that while he might not be super pleased about the fact that it's not like hand-drawn cell animation type shit, I also think that he probably would appreciate it for what it can do and what it can show and everything. And
yeah, that's right. Hatred, or oh damn it, I can't get all my words together. He can get hated things in 3D now.
Huh? Okay, what did I miss while I was getting my coffee?
Racism, that's the word. You can get racism in 3D now.
Well, you can just walk around in the South to get racism in 3D.
No,
or anywhere, really.
What would Walt Disney think of today? Like, if we could unfreeze that...
Pixar is what he said to begin with.
Yeah. Pixar and all that stuff, and just, like...
I said he might, out the gate, be a little kind of because it's not cell animation, but considering he was such a pioneer about stuff, that he would probably love it.
Yeah, I think Disney would be on board with new stuff.
I mean, the Hall of Presidents, for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney brings an interesting point since Wes was talking about racism. Like, does one man's flaw, be it a big flaw, outweigh anything else he's done?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean...
Because, people always bring that up, but I'd say he put way more good in the world than any evil he did by bigotry.
No, I agree with you.
Have to weigh a person like that, I don't think. I mean, you can't...
It's just fun
and I don't think you can do that same thing to bad people either. Like, and this is going to go down in infamy because I think everybody who's ever said anything along these lines has been like lambasted for it. But not every single idea like certain dictators and certain fascist leaders like Hitler have had were bad. Like, I mean, he brought universal health care to some of the countries he invaded. I
agree with you.
He's the opposite example. He's like 98% bad and then like 2% a few good ideas, whereas like someone like Disney was 98% like fantastic ideas, and then he had that small little thing where he's, a bit racist.
A bit? Well, no, I don't disagree with you. Just because you're a terrible fucking human being doesn't mean that you don't have good ideas. You just use them incorrectly.
Well, I mean, your ideas are what survive you. So to me, they're a more heavy measure of a person, I guess, than the little things. I mean, you could go through your life and be the most racist, homophobic person in the world, but if that wasn't in your ideas, like if the ideas you put out in the world were good things, then I mean, I don't know that I call you a good or a bad person based on that, but the ideas are the things that matter, really, because once you're dead, your racism dies with you.
No, I agree with you. It doesn't change the fact that, you've done decent things as well. Or at least I came up with something that wound up becoming a good idea. It's just you were planning on using it in this one way. Oh, you passed away, and these people kind of grab it and remake it into something that was a good idea.
By that same token, you can have your ideas can be infested with your bad qualities too.
Yeah,
we still have neo-Nazis today.
Hey,
so it's very obvious that you can pass some things down into posterity that maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay, so first order of business. Ghostbuster died. Sadness.
Yeah.
I'm really upset about that, personally.
Well, and I mean, like, the sheer number of things, like, funny movies and shit that you don't think of as him having, like, written or directed or produced or had a part in. Like, if you hit his IMDb page, it's just like,
no,
holy shit, I love these movies, and you're like, wow.
He wrote all of them.
It's like, I thought I knew the stuff that Harold did, but apparently I had no idea.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that piece of fan art that was created like within 2 days.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
The announcement. I believe I posted it on our Facebook page. It's, in my opinion, very, very, very appropriate. Corey?
Yeah, I like it. It's kind of sad though.
Yeah, it is. But someone else died recently too, in the past couple of days. Someone that you're just like, what? Really? No. I can't think of it. Unimportant.
I can't remember. Well, they're probably important. We're probably just not remembering it all right now.
I don't think it had anyone to do with like the nerd culture. I think it was just somebody that's been around for a while. Well, who was that? What was the actor that died like a week or two before. We've been on a 2-week hiatus, so a bunch of people have died recently. Oh crap! He was in that award-winning movie. It starts with a C. And what else was he in?
Seymour Hoffman, Wes.
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes.
Now he died like a couple of weeks ago.
We haven't.
You said
recorded
days, and I'm like racking my head trying to think of who's died in the past few days.
I switched to weeks because we haven't recorded in a few weeks. Because I know Philip Seymour Hoffman died too. And I swear to God there was somebody else, but I don't know. I like the Philip Seymour Hoffman. I know he's a really good actor, but I'm not too upset about that personally because I didn't watch a lot of the movies he was in. Personally,
I don't know, man. You've probably seen a lot of the shit he's in. You just don't think about it.
He was
because
Philip
Seymour Hoffman. Philip Seymour Hoffman to me is an actor that was of similar caliber to, like, say, Gary Oldman, where he's just so good at slipping into the roles that he's playing that he kind of like disappears, and you don't really think about it being him.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, what was that movie he won an award for?
Probably Capote.
Yeah, that's the one. I never watched it. You?
Yeah, it was good.
What's it about?
It's about Truman Capote.
I don't know.
Capote's a famous author who was kind of nebbish and homosexual. Well, he was homosexual, but he wrote a really famous book called In Cold Blood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In Cold Blood, which is based on a guy who murdered some people out in like Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa. I can't remember where.
Mm-hmm.
It's a true story. And what he did though is when he decided to go write the book on him, he went out there and was interviewing him and staying with him. So the book actually ended up being more about not just what happened with the guy who was on death row or whatever, but also about like the relationship he developed with him, the shit going on in that town. It kind of became meta, I guess you could say.
Right.
And that's that's what Capote's about. Capote is almost like, because they actually made a movie called In Cold Blood years and years and years ago, and it was a version of that. There was also another movie that came out the same year as Capote. I can't remember the name of it. That was the one that had it was dealing with his relationship with what's her face, like was it Judy Garland? I can't remember. One of like the famous actresses back then. But like it came out, it had the same misfortune as Robert Roy had with Braveheart. It came out in the same year, about the same topic, and was immediately forgotten.
Oh, okay.
The other one's supposedly pretty good too, though. I think Sandra Bullock is the one who played the woman, whoever the hell it was he was supposed to have the relationship with. I can't remember.
Yeah, and it was what's his face that played
somebody who you remember even less than Philip Seymour Hoffman for his role.
Shit, I can't think of the name. Man, my coffee just has not kicked in. It's been a shit week, as far as like getting sleep.
I know how that feels.
So far,
hold on.
I'm with you.
I'm gonna look up the other actor now because that's bothering me.
And Shirley Temple was the other one who died recently.
Oh
Shirley
yeah,
Temple
that's
died.
right.
Yeah. Oscars are tonight, by the way, West. So you'll get to see all those people that died in the in memoriam segment if you watch it, which you won't because you're lame.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Oscars are my Super Bowl. I'm not shitty. I get just as excited or more excited about the Oscars to do Super Bowl.
I used to, but like I've grown to where like now I see the Oscars as the same thing as the Olympics. It's like this thing that could be good if it were run the way that it probably should be run, but there's just so much like politics and bullshit behind it that it's just not even like fun really anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't
like
really
okay,
watch
who's gonna win the Oscar? I'm betting they're white. Cool. It's like, oh hey, look at this guy. He was nominated for a really subpar movie. I wonder if that was a pity Oscar probably there, and not actually like a real Oscar nomination.
Well, I don't even really watch them as far as see who wins like that because I really have no interest for the most part, outside of very few rare occasions. Most of the time, you can almost 100% pinpoint what the fuck it is that's going to win with very little issue. My thing I like watching it for, and this is going to sound weird, I guess, is like the pageantry of it. And I don't mean like the red carpet and shit when I say that. I mean the fact that you have all of Hollywood or all of wherever, coming together, and it's a celebration of cinema.
Yeah.
I actually like it for the little specials and memorials and the little segments they do in it more than the actual awards themselves. Like when they do tributes to different people and stuff like that, and tributes to music and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I really love about it.
That's fair. And like I said, I mean, I don't hate all of the Olympics. Like when they did London, I fucking enjoyed the shit out of Danny Boyle's opening ceremony that he put together. That shit was awesome.
Yeah, no.
Which had like nothing to do with the Olympics.
Well, and
Yeah, that's what happens when you hire a fucking filmmaker to do your shit. He's like, well,
James Bond and the Queen.
I could do something about sports, or I could make this badass history montage of England
yeah,
and the British.
And James Bond.
true.
Yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna watch an award show, I would say watch that one because who better to give the best award show than a bunch of entertainers?
Oh yeah.
Technically, most award show is entertainers, isn't it?
Well, I mean, so if you have a video game awards show, you're not going to have the characters in the video game. You're going to have the creators of that, and they're not really people-to-people thing, or they don't know how to put on a show
right,
so
but that's
much.
because those are fictional, not real beings.
I know,
I mean,
asshole.
you can't really have Mario come up there.
Well,
I mean, that's not
actually,
really-
there is that. What is it?
Oh,
the
shit.
Gorillas does
Oh, yeah.
that. Does a show where it's all just.
Well, yeah, but it takes them so long to put that together in advance. Like,
I'm
Are you
sorry.
talking
I
about where they
think Naughty
basically
Dog can
where they
afford it.
basically on the screen do the animated giant gorillas video for the whole show?
No,
Yeah.
not the screen. I'm talking about the 3-dimensional holograms.
Well, I mean, it's the same fucking thing, Wes.
same
I mean,
difference. Someone has to animate it and put it together.
Well, yeah, because what?
I mean,
the
the only difference
It's a little different than asking a celebrity who has shit better else to do on their weekend than go sit up and talk. I mean, I imagine there's some prep work, but the level of prep work to host an award show is probably far lower than it takes to completely animate and render characters for the same length of time.
So, do it anyway. Vocaloids or something.
I always enjoy hearing like Wes' skewed perspective of the world.
How so?
Well,
I mean, we can make those shows happen.
well
Just saying.
you can, but may I ask what the point would be?
What's
What would be the point of having a show that has Mario and Sonic or Drake or whoever
Because it's
animated
motherfucking
and put on
awesome.
stage?
Duh.
What's the point?
Who cares? It's
Can't you just
awesome.
play the video game if you want to see them?
Yeah, but you have to control him. Like, I want to be entertained by Mario himself.
Well, see, we did
I
that
want
already,
Mario
Wes.
to go,
way,
like,
way back
slap
in
the
the day,
princess
if you,
and be like,
I don't know if you
"Bitch,
remember
stop
it.
getting yourself kidnapped."
Chris might remember it because Video 1 had it. Do you remember the VHS video they had in there that was like the anti-drug video, and it was all of the cartoon characters like in the same world trying to help the kids from
Oh,
like, being
yeah, I
addicted
saw
to
that
drugs
one.
with
Yeah, I
the Ninja
remember.
Because they showed
Turtles
it to us
and
that-
Winnie the Pooh and shit.
Yeah, they showed us that shit in high school. Because they had a Ninja Turtle. I think Michelangelo was the one. Oh.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
it would
yeah.
make it would make sense to have the most drug friendly sounding turtle.
The party turtle. Oh.
Let's not think about turtles. I'm still trying to think about those creepy ass looking ones I'm going to see in the near future.
I'm not gonna see them. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna give it
I'm
a
just
shot.
like
I'm
boycotting that shit at this point.
not, like after
Morbid curiosity. You know what I have playing in the living room right now because I found a download of it.
What's that?
porn.
That I have I Frankenstein playing.
Oh dear God!
That is glorious. I'm telling you, it's so glorious,
So gloriously bad.
Meh.
but in a good way.
Uh-huh.
Are you entertained?
Look, you let me tell you how.
Are you
I
not
told you about the fact
entertained?
that like out the gate, when the trailer first come on, I was like, "Holy shit, it looks like Underworld," and it was like from the producers of Underworld. I was like, "Yep, that figures." But what's even better is fucking Kevin Graveau is in it. He helped write it.
Who the fuck?
Oh
that?
dear God!
You know the guy who helped write the Underworld and who was like the big black werewolf?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He's in it again, playing
Oh,
basically
sweet.
the same character except not a werewolf.
Was he play a gargoyle this time?
No, the Gargoyles actually the quote unquote good guys. They're like the angels, protectors on Earth.
Speaking of
Okay.
which, he would make a badass. What was the leader of the gargoyles in that cartoon show? They should do
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Goliath or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, but yeah, no, it was Toby. Shit, I lost his name again. Toby Jones that played Capote in that other movie, by the way, Infamous.
Infamous, yeah, that was the name of it.
Had to look him up because he's one of the he's like one of the most distinct looking guys because he looks a little bit weird.
A little bit weird.
Yeah, he played somebody in W. I can't remember who. Like,
W was an awesome movie.
was it Rumsfeld or I can't remember who he played in that.
It was fucking. Oh, damn it! The other one, not Rumsfeld, the one that was like the conniver, the way they
but-
played in the movie.
My favorite role was when he played like the dickless spy character in Your Highness, because that was really that was kind of awesome. That movie was hilarious, and I'll hear nothing to the contrary.
Minotaur Cox.
Man, I can't not laugh every scene that I see him with that Minotaur dick around his neck. I can't not laugh. It's just too funny.
Magic, motherfuckers. Justin Theroux's best performance ever.
But still, like, while we're on the subject of movies, I was a little late on the bandwagon because it's just one of the movies I missed when it came out. I was super busy, and then when I got a chance to see it, I wanted to see other things because the tickets to go see it were still like ridiculously expensive. But I finally got to go see Gravity in 3D because they had it at the
IMAX.
at OMSI, which is the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry, I think is what it stands for, which is a fucking awesome place. So if either of you guys come to visit me anytime soon, we're going there. It's fucking cool. Yeah. But they have this gigantic ass 3D theater. And I saw it in that. And it was actually, I don't know if either of you got to see Gravity, but it was...
I have it downloaded. I haven't watched it yet because like I feel like I'm going to be disappointed because I can't watch it on a giant screen.
Probably. Yes. Having seen it on that humongous like 3D screen where you actually feel like you're in fucking space, I can't imagine it being quite as good, but it's still like, I still think it would be it's.
I mean, I'm sure the story's still good, but I have a feeling the way it was directed, the way it was designed, it's a movie that was meant for that specific medium, and that you're just going to lose some of it in translation.
Yeah, I mean, it would still play out on a TV. It will still play out as like a really fast paced, like nail biting action adventure type movie, but. You don't like you won't feel the claustrophobia of it, and it won't be like as intense. And Sandra Bullock is really surprisingly quite good in this. I mean, not that she's not good in a lot of her other stuff, but she's very convincingly afraid the whole time, and it almost makes you afraid.
I'm still back and forth about the movie. Like, I'm not questioning on whether or not it's a good movie. I'm questioning on whether or not I would be entertained by it because of subject matter and things like that. Like, no part of that says.
All right, well, let me hear your take on this.
I mean, it's action like the whole time.
It's like it's a thriller, basically.
Well,
yeah,
right,
like literally the
that.
whole time. The first like maybe 10-15 minutes of the movie is them like working on the Hubble, and then shit goes bad, and it stays bad like the whole fucking movie.
Okay,
it's basically like, did you like Apollo 13, West?
I love Apollo 13.
I did back in the day, but I think it's
okay.
faded
Well,
on
this
me.
is like Apollo 13 on like StarCraft stem packs. It's like they put it's like they roll the beginning credits for StarCraft or for Apollo 13, and then you hear and then George Clooney's on the screen. Yeah, I mean that's
what I do
basically
every time George Clooney's on the screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then I would say that the trailer for the movie did a terrible job of showing that.
Well, I think with the trailer, they're trying not to give too much of it away because it is like Chris says, it is kind of an experience. And if you give too much of the experience away in the trailer,
although I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought the trailer did a phenomenal job of setting up the whole idea of the movie. Like, all right, shit goes bad and she's flying away in space. What the fuck's gonna happen? Like,
yeah,
I mean,
no,
that's like, you know,
I'm kind of there with you. It's just, I guess where my head went initially was, she's just going to float around for a while, and you're going to watch, like, her oxygen run out, and we're going to go through, like, a lot of either inner
we already had
monologue
that movie.
stuff.
It was called Buried Alive with Ryan Reynolds.
But I've just...
That movie punches you in the balls.
and both of those are direct sequels to The Proposal. Their relationship ended badly. He got buried in a box. She got lost in space.
That's actually called marriage, I believe, for some people.
Yeah.
So,
no, I've just been questioning on whether or not I'd be entertained by that movie, or if that's a form
I
of
think you would be
entertainment.
entertained. I mean, it might not be your favorite movie, and it's definitely one I can see a lot of people not wanting to watch a second time after you've seen it once.
Right.
all right, well, let me ask you this, because I kind of know what happens in it. I know there's one theory, is a theory that maybe what you think happened didn't happen. Like maybe it doesn't play out like you see directly on the screen. In regards to certain plot points, no spoilers for you people out there listening, and also West. What do you think? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I think you could probably make a really weird, like if you wanted to find every single little detail that you could stack in your favor, you could probably make a weird argument that it's like a metaphor kind of, but I don't feel like it is. There's definitely like one scene in the movie where she hallucinates. I won't say what she hallucinates or whatnot, but I don't know. I mean, I'd have to watch it again just to be sure, but to me, it feels like it's being truthful. Although, if you go with the metaphorical hallucination, whatever version of the story you kind of want to go with, if you go with that, then that makes people like the scientists that watch the movie and were like, oh god, none of these things are inside of each other in space, dear lord. It would make them happy because then they're like, oh yeah, it's not
one of the biggest things they have issue with that. They're like, NASA would never send someone with like 2 weeks training into goddamn space.
Yeah,
that was their big thing. They were just
months. But like, 6 months is still like 6 months is an obscenely short amount of time for like some people. Years, and then you're working for NASA for years before they're like, oh, hey, you finally want to go into space? And it's like, well, yeah, I've been keeping my diet, my exercise routine for like half a decade now. It'd be fantastic if I had a reason for that.
Yeah,
Let me go into space.
Fair enough.
So yeah, I mean that part's a little unrealistic. I'm not up on like the science of like the chain reaction of events that happens to cause everything bad that happens in the movie. I don't know how. I mean, that seems like it's maybe sound, but definitely like
there's a pretty good review on Ain't It Cool News by Copernicus. If you go look for it, it's old now. You won't be able to. You have to like dig through the files or whatever. But because Copernicus is an actual astrophysicist. He loves movies, but his job is astrophysicist. He was actually on the TV show like The Universe or something like that. He's been up there with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's been up there with like Mike Massimino, who's an astronaut and everything. So he's like actually involved with NASA and shit. And he goes over like, you know, the different plausibility. He does that for like science fiction movies in general and Ain't Cool News. Like he'll do it for like Avatar, and he did it for, you know, just anything that proposes to use real science. He goes and tells you how legitimate it is. And he said, from what I remember, and I might be misremembering it, that for the most part, everything like science-wise, as far as like the literal, would this cause this to happen, et cetera, actually is pretty much spot on. The problems that he had with it were literally what we were just talking about, the matters of convenience where stuff seems to happen to make the plot happen.
Yeah, well, yeah, just the orientation of like the Hubble and the International Space Station and like the Chinese Space Station all like kind of being in a row. Like, I
mean, well, I mean, not just that, but like also just like stuff that's done, like as far as like the actions that are taken. He's like, you know, nobody would ever actually do this in this way. If they did, this could happen, but nobody would actually do it this way because they know, like, you know, the risks involved or blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
Right.
So from what I remember, he said pretty much it was spot on as far as what actually happened. But the thing is, no one with half a brain in that job position would ever do something to put it in a situation where that could happen, if that makes any sense.
yeah,
Which I'm okay with forgiving that.
yeah.
Because
It's
he was.
yeah,
too.
it's a movie.
He was too. I mean, he was like, you know, I get it. You know, it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
like
even Neil Tyson liked the movie. Like he was the one. They have that GIF reaction of him on the internet, like rolling his eyes when he like sees the shit like out of where it's supposed to be. But he actually said he enjoyed the movie, just that it wasn't super, like the way they had everything oriented wasn't right. But
well, right, because I mean, you know, that's plot convenience.
yeah, but no, it was good. I would recommend it. I would give it like scale of 1 to 10. At least for a one watch through, I would probably give it like an 8.5.
So
solid.
let me ask you this: would that be an 8.5 period, or would that be like a 10 if you get to see it like IMAX 3D big screen?
It would probably be a 10 in IMAX 3D, just because it's like Avatar. It's one of those things that like seeing it in that 3D it's worth it, even like almost even if you don't end up liking the movie, just because it's so well done.
Right. And see, I never saw Avatar in 3D, which I kind of wish I did, but I just didn't.
I mean, I saw it in mediocre 3D,
which is one of the reasons why, as much as everybody seems to love Avatar, I thought it was okay. Like, I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, no, as a movie, like I bought it, but it's still one of those sci-fi movies that's just kind of like, well,
No,
you know, I prefer
I
Last Samurai,
agree with
which
you.
I actually watched a couple of weeks ago.
That movie feels something like they took a very generic storyline. They said, "Here's the storyline, but we're going to make it super pretty."
I mean, dude, that storyline has been. Come on, that's the whole point of why people bitch about it, though, West. I mean, it's Dances of Wolves in space.
Yeah, I mean, Dances of the Wolves, Fern Gully, Disney's Pocahontas, The Last Samurai. Like, basically, any of these stories where, like, either the main character or, like, the secondary main character goes native because he doesn't like his people.
Well, you can tell their level of creativity when they're like, we need to get more unobtainium.
Well, I mean, they do that as a nod to the fact. I mean, you know, that's done that way on purpose.
I know.
Say, to be fair,
that's like the fucking movie The Core. Isn't that what they call it in The Core, too? Unobtainium?
Yeah, they call it unobtainium, and like, who is it? Ving Rhames' character or whatever is making this shit, and he's like, yeah, it would cost like 40 billion gajillion fucking bitcoins to make this shit. And
then the swans all cry.
Yeah, because fucking Mount Gox or whatever it was lost their money.
You know when that happened? Isn't it sad when I heard that on news? I was like, ooh, I gotta go to Facebook and see what he's saying now.
Sad. They did like a study on who actually owns Bitcoins, like the people that use it, and they're like, "Oh, hey, look, privileged white people! What a surprise!" And I'm like, "Yeah, because only privileged white people that think they know anything about economics would use Bitcoin."
Fair enough.
I just love because like I was sitting there like as soon as I was, I can't wait to see what the conspiracy theory is. And I looked up there and he posted a link. It was like, did the U.S. government take all of Mt. Gox's bitcoins? Do they have the money now? I was like,
Well, I love.
Yeah,
what
the
that,
U.S. government wants your imaginary money.
I love what that site used to be. It was an eBay, but for Magic cards.
What was?
Gox?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I remember you because it used to be way back in the day. It was for like
Yeah.
trading in general and
Well,
shit.
the first four letters is Magic the Gathering. Or
What was the OX
is
stand for?
is it OX? Magic the Gathering Online. I don't know. Daily show
Exchange?
Exchange.
Online exchange?
Online
Exchange.
exchange. Yes, Magic the Gathering Online Exchange.
That it's probably not owned by the same people.
Just a second, gentlemen. I hate to interrupt here.
No.
Jonathan Durchie just walked in my room and he is mocking me for being on a quote unquote podcast. I want to take this time to note that Jonathan Durchie is mocking anyone for anything in the history of time.
Yeah.
For doing things with their life.
Yeah.
Oh, he
you
does,
know,
he
being
does
creative.
things with his life. If
Yeah.
by life you mean his penis.
Yes. Because we have a need to talk to each other just because we're hitting
He
a
like
record
walked in
button.
and looked at me and like shook his head. I was like, "Oh, that's not going to stand."
John, you know you listen,
gauntlet-
and this
the gauntlet
this
has been
is the
thrown down.
unanimous circle of shaming. John,
Oh, he's gone. He's gone already. He's
yeah,
gone.
it doesn't matter, but we
He
can
can't-
make
he
him
can't hear
listen
you
to
anyway,
this
'cause I have
episode.
headphones. I'm not a
Well,
bitch
yeah,
like he
no,
is.
we
It's
can
just
make
my
him
speakers.
listen to this episode and then be like, "We feel you need this in your life," and then we could talk.
Well, I mean, I invited him to
oh yeah,
be involved. He's the one that used to all the time back in the day say we should make our own website and post stuff to it.
Hey, guess what we're doing? Making our own websites and posting stuff to them.
Talking about
Okay,
Well,
so
okay, yeah. Here's what I wanted to do. Like, I wanted
ordered
to
for Loot Crate. You, Thomas, set up for Loot Crate, and did you sign up for the other one too?
Yeah, I signed up for Nerd Block, but here's why. I was getting ready to tell Chris why. Nerd Block is more expensive because it ships out of Canada. So
Well, and it's guaranteed.
But it's really
t-shirt.
polite, eh?
so it's like $10 more for the shipping.
But it's also a guaranteed T-shirt.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed T-shirt in every box at least, which is, that kind of makes whatever else is in the box. It usually totals up to about more than it was more than $30 when I got it.
Yeah, the Loot Crate. Was
Whether or
the
not
same
you
way.
like what's in it is kind of a different thing.
Yeah,
But
I've got the Loot Crate catalog in front of me right now.
the reason I did both is because I kind of wanted to try them out anyway because they look kind of nifty, and random nerdy stuff to decorate my shelves with is never a bad thing. But two, I kind of wanted to like just have something to write about, like on the website, and I figured I'm gonna do them both for 3 months and see which one I like more. That's why like each post is gonna be like round 1, round 2, round 3. So far, Loot Crate to me seems like a better deal just because you don't have to pay $10 to have it shipped because it's not coming from Canada, it's coming from California.
Well, and you're entered in to win the Mega Crate too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even really factor that in.
Well, the idea that you might get something way better than what you paid for is an incentive, in my opinion. Like, looking at the Mega Crate that just shipped, so the theme for this month was Warriors. If you got the Mega Crate, you got a special edition Zelda Nintendo 3DS. You got a Games Vanguard case, the collectible Adventure Time's bendable figures, a talking puppy cat, Street Fighter minifigs,
Hold on,
and
just a second.
keychains.
The
Hold
theme
on.
was what?
Warriors.
Warriors, but it's
I've
not like
heard a warrior yet.
it's no,
Bravest
it's like
Warrior.
it's loosely based. It's like mostly based on Adventure Time and some of the other stuff. That
Yeah,
those
there's
animators
a
worked
new
on.
card.
Which
new comic.
Adventure Time is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like if you've not
There's
watched
a
that,
new
by the way.
comic called
I've
Bravest
seen a
Warrior.
couple episodes of it.
But the last one was a Lego the Movie Metal Beard dual set.
Oh, they
Oh,
got
yeah.
that at Walmart. for
Yeah,
like 30
but
bucks,
like
whatever it
the
is.
entire crate, I would guess is worth around $300 roughly.
Yeah, because it's got the 3DS
that
in it.
mega
and
crate.
stuff.
But out of what they sent, I would still say I got my $20 worth because you get a T-shirt, so you're looking at an average of about $10 for that. The bow tie, 10 to 15.
The cinch sacks maybe about $3 to $5.
Yeah.
Depending on buy
The
it.
vinyl figures
Do they
from
send
that
the same
company
shit to
are
everybody
10
every month?
Yes, with
well,
some
it's like a
variables.
random. Some of it's random. Like the stickers are random, so like one person could get different stickers. The little vinyl figures are random, but overall, a lot of it is the same stuff.
Yeah.
Like you'd get the same T-shirt, the same drawstring backpack thing.
Yeah, there was two types of bow ties that you could have gotten. Everybody got the
Is
same
that where you got
comic
that
book.
fucking bow tie from?
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever post shit like that on the internet again.
Next
I
next
didn't
month,
really get into
Next
complaints.
time you use a bow tie around your neck, I want it to be so you're fucking hanging yourself.
Why is that? Why is that, Corey? Huh?
Because
According to
Are
the
you
11th
just
Doctor.
ashamed?
according to the 11th Doctor, bow ties are cool.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
according to Bill Nye, which is
I've
really the
wanted
only
Doctor
voice
Who
I
to
give
say
a
that,
shit
I mean.
about, bow ties are manly.
No shit. The,
Wes, you don't even know how to spell science and you're quoting Bill Nye. What the fuck?
no, next month for the post I'm gonna do on the page, I want to take pictures with my camera so that I can get some nice photos of all the stuff that comes in the boxes. But I didn't think about it this time, so all the stuff's been
There
like
are
open, spread out.
There are fucking instructions on the box on how to do this.
I don't read that shit.
When you lift the lid, it's right there. It says step 1. Record your unboxing.
I don't pay attention to the wrapping. It's all about the loot. That's why I didn't notice on my Christmas and birthday presents that Kate had taken the time to like do like bloody handprints and stuff on the inside of the wrapping paper, and then like let it dry, and then use the wrapping paper with like blood stains and stuff on it from
What a
red
dick.
paint.
What a
Because
dick.
it was like it was zombie apocalypse themed. My whole like Christmas and birthday stuff.
Nice.
I noticed all that shit. And I didn't even get it. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I didn't notice it until like the third gift I unwrapped, and she's like, "Did you look at the wrapping paper?" Like, oh.
Correct answer is yes. Yes, I did. It was awesome.
Yes, it did.
But
Didn't
all
think
the
it was
all
that
the
special.
tags on it were like toe tags, from body. It was cool. It was neat.
Yeah,
Cleverness,
sounds cool. Way to
completely
be a
wasted.
dick.
Yeah.
Way to be
Yeah,
a
they're-
dick. But thank Caitlin, because I might copy her trick to gift something to certain people.
Yeah, I'm sure she would be flattered.
But no,
Yeah.
as an overall, right now, I would say Loot Crate's definitely worth it. What came in your other box?
Okay, the nerd block. Let me find it because I think some of the stuff's just like still hanging out in the box itself. It was a couple of different vinyl figures. I got like E.T.,
Oh, that's cool.
which is kind of cool because
Is it the
having
bobblehead?
E.T. is
Is it the pop
pretty awesome.
bobblehead?
I got a random vinyl Smurf and ended up getting Vanity.
Okay.
I got a
cell
vinyl
is not
Power
appropriate.
Ranger.
Of which Power Ranger? Please tell me the green one.
No, it's not a green one.
Is it a
Yellow
pink
Ranger,
one?
isn't it? It's the worst one.
I got a T-shirt, and the T-shirt is like it's a Metroid T-shirt, but it's Metroid in the shape of like the Nintendo cartridge. So I thought that was
that's
kind of
cool.
cool. I got a pack of mini mates. It comes with Nick Fury and a Heavy Shield agent and pieces of Steve Roger. Because apparently, if you buy enough of these mini mates, you like get to put together the special figure. Is how that works, I guess.
Oh, what are they follow? It sounds like they're following Marvel Legends, where you buy the entire set and you can put together the big figure.
Yeah, except this doesn't look to be big because it's supposed to be just Steve. But I got some
big.
hero kits
At
for
least that's what I call
Halo.
my penis.
And then I got the coolest thing in the box to me is because they have like random made stuff that you can't get anywhere else in their boxes on Nerd Block. They always have at least one item that's custom made for the box that you just can't like go online and order. But there's a company called Jella Skins that does like smartphone skins and video game system skins, and they made like a sheet of stickers that's a bunch of like 80s cartoon heads. I'll take a picture. I'll put a picture of this up with the
put
post
it on Facebook.
It has like Voltron and Optimus and fucking Megatron and Lion-O and Panthro and He-Man and the cartoon chick with the big pink hair and the earrings and stuff that look kind of like Dazzler that I don't remember her name, and Cobra Commander.
Oh wow.
And Battle Cat and some blonde dude that I don't recognize because he's just a generic blonde dude. I'm assuming he's probably the good guy representation of a G.I. Joe since they have Cobra Commander up here, but I can't be sure.
Oh wow.
So I don't know who he is. He's generic blonde man is his name. But yeah, I'll probably take some pictures. They just won't be as organized or as nice as they're going to be in like the second and third one when I get around to doing those.
Let me ask you this:
So it was worth the money I paid for it, but it would have felt like a better deal if it didn't have to come from Canada and cost like $10 shipping.
So value wise, the money was there. Whether or not it was something you wanted is completely questionable.
Well, that's gonna be in both cases. Like you're gonna get something you don't want. Like that bow tie I got. I mean, maybe in the next like 10 years I'll find an excuse to wear a jokey, colorful bow tie, but probably not.
And that's think
probably
I might
the most
wear
expensive
it downtown.
item in the box.
It might not be. I would say it's about the same value as the T-shirt. Because
well, if it's a decent quality bow tie, which it may or may not be, they run about $30 at Belk.
It seemed to be a somewhat lower quality, like maybe a like $15, $20 bow tie.
That's what I'm thinking. And the company Black Tie Geek doesn't, or they haven't opened their store yet. Apparently, this is their debut. And
okay.
Yeah, because I went online. I'm like, well, what else do they have? Because if they got a nice like Ninja Turtles tie or something like that, I'll buy that. But their site wasn't up or anything. They were just like, our debut was in Loot Crate. Come back soon and our store will be live.
I mean, I'll probably wear the other bow tie I got from a subscription box before that. Like one of my Birch boxes came with a hand sewn like gray woolen bow tie.
Oh right.
That runs like normally $40.
So far, I'm not disappointed. With it. I mean, like, I'm not interested that much into the Bravest Warrior stuff because that was the majority of the theme. But, like, the vinyl figure, that was a happy little thing. And, honestly, if I had gotten any of the ones that were placed in it, I would have been okay with. The little satchel that was, or the clinch bag, that's something I've been needing to get, so I just happy accident. And the T-shirt's badass. Which, by the way, on the T-shirt...
Yeah, I loved that T-shirt. That T-shirt's awesome.
Which, by the way, on the T-shirt, there are 3 letters that I can't figure out. Do you know what they are?
Shit.
It's the
I don't
J...
know. I don't have the shirt like readily available. I think it's in the laundry.
Yeah, there was a J, a Q, and
a
U.
J is Joust. The video game Joust was just old like Atari game.
That makes sense.
I think.
Awesome. Yep.
Atari
2600.
Q and U.
Cubert?
I don't remember. Q was probably Cubert.
No. Q was...
What was on the shirt?
It's a guy with a bazooka.
Well, I'm saying,
Quake.
Like, what's it?
Quake.
Oh, that
Q
would make
is Quake.
sense. And U is is a guy on a horse. It's a blue knight on a horse.
A blue knight on a horse.
It's a blue knight on a black horse.
U.
Yeah, the U's on his shield. I don't know. Because so what the shirt is it's a alphabet of just nerdy shit.
Right.
Mostly video game characters.
Yeah.
I think.
V is Van Damme. Who's the stunt motorcyclist?
Evil Knievel?
Yeah.
No, that E is for Excite Bike, which is a Nintendo game.
Oh, I
Nintendo
thought.
game.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was Evil Knievel, which would have still kind of worked.
Yeah.
Z was for Zelda, of course. They had the Triforce. G was
Is there a picture of this shirt online anywhere?
Maybe.
Shirt. It's a Woot shirt. James Cho.
All right, hold
shirt
on. Does the first one, is the A an Atari symbol?
No.
Okay, what's the different one? I'm looking at.
A
There's
would've been for
apparently a bunch of
asteroids.
these nerd alphabets.
A would have been for asteroids. But it's a Woot shirt by James Cho.
All right.
Which it's not on Woot.
I found a picture of it. It's not a fantastic picture, and I'll keep looking, but I'm going to put it in the chat box in just a second. There you go.
Let's see.
You have to scroll down a bit. Oh, yeah, I forgot about the bacon card, the greeting card.
Yeah, did you sign up for the unlimited bacon cards?
Huh? No? What was that?
So, the company that had the bacon card, there was a little slip in it. If the first 10,000 get unlimited e-cards for life.
Oh, e-cards. Man, not interested in e-cards.
They're free.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like e-cards. If I'm going to send somebody a card, I want it to be a paper card, because it just feels more real. I mean, nothing against people that use them, because, I mean, you know.
No, I'm going to use the shit out of them. But yeah, so you've got the...
Yeah, you've got the X for, like, X-Men. You've got W for Warcraft, because you got the little orc guy. You've got I'm assuming he's Indiana Jones. Although they can't make him look too much like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
You got H for Halo, F for Frogger.
L for Luigi, S for Super Mario Brothers, Y for Yoshi, O for Oregon Trail, and N for Ninjas. C for Contra, P for Pitfall.
You got B for Bomberman.
T for Tetris.
G for Galaga. I think V is actually supposed to be Virtua Fighter.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, it looks more like a Virtua Fighter character.
Possibly.
Where's the V at?
At the very
At
top.
the very top. It's a guy in a white headband, and he's jumping in there doing a jump kick.
Yeah. H for Halo, M for Metroid, D for Donkey Kong.
Yeah. R for Rabbids, or whatever that weird rabbit game thing is, or whatever.
Rabbids.
Yeah, whatever the hell it is.
Raving Rabbids, or whatever it is called.
I think W is for Warcraft.
Yeah, no, it is, because it's an orc.
Okay.
So I'm gonna assume that one's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at a loss for what the U is, though. Like, I'm with you.
I'm.
I thought I had these all
Maybe
figured out.
it's not Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins, is it?
It might be.
Maybe it is.
But I don't remember him.
Yeah, maybe
ever
they
being
just
on a
couldn't think
horse.
of anything better to use for a letter U, but that's just kind of weird.
I would have used Ultima. Maybe it's Ultima. Maybe that's what.
Oh,
it says.
yeah, because Ultima Online. Yeah, I knew I had. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah, because Ultima Online, the
That
MMO.
might be why I couldn't figure out the shirt.
No, I figured it out, like, after looking... I spent, like, 30 minutes trying to figure out the whole shirt the first time I got it, and I just managed to forget that because that was the last damn one. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, no, that's it. Okay, they all make sense now. But no, it's a pretty awesome shirt. I like it. Plus, it was comfy.
Yeah.
Felt pretty well made.
And from one of the things that I'm back and forth about so far is because my roommate signed up for it as well, and I kind of want a little bit more variety in there. Like, I would have been a little happier if they had 3 T-shirts that they were giving away, so there was an odd that I might get something different from somebody else.
I don't know. I kind of like it being the same T-shirt because then it's kind of like a little badge of recognition. Like, you see other people wearing the shirt, and you're like, aha, yeah, I know where you got that.
Well, but I like the fact that there were 2 bow ties.
Oh, yeah.
So
You were
just
fucking in love
a
with those bow ties.
small variety. Don't need something too big. Like the vinyl figures, you've got 2 different types. You had a Dunny and a Bots, and then there's
Yeah, I kind of wanted the bots instead, but I got the bunny thing.
Yeah, which bunny did you get?
I got the weird fish one that has a fishing pole, but it's kind of cool because
Oh,
he came
cool.
with the fishing pole.
Yeah, I got the I guess the witch doctor one.
Oh, you suck. I wanted the, like, when I saw the pictures of him, the fire one looked kind of badass.
Oh yeah. Well, my roommate got the bot. I don't know if he's gonna open it though. But I want the spray can bot.
Nothing says, wasted money like buying a random assorted figure and then not actually opening it to see which one you got. Oh no, my new favorite thing though, as far as those like collectible little vinyl figures, and I've bought a few of them, is they have one now for horror movie icons.
Yeah, I've seen him.
So-
I've seen it.
So far I have Michael Myers and Captain Spaulding. But I must get Freddy Krueger.
If you wind up
It's
with
like
a second
quest.
Captain,
But see, that one's the perfect one for me because no matter which one I open, I win because I like all of the horror movie characters
Well,
they have up there, except
can
maybe
you-
like Saw.
Chris, can
or
you do me
Jigsaw.
a favor? And if you open up a second Captain Spaulding, can you send it to me?
It's already in your package. I
Really?
wasn't gonna tell you, but like now that you mention it, that's one of the things I'm sending you because I opened a second Captain Spaulding. So yeah, it's going to you.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, no, I really like Freddy's the one I want the most, but like all of them are cool. As opposed to the Walking Dead ones that I found, I bought 3 of those trying to get fucking Daryl, and I got 3 zombies, and 2 of them are the same like half lady zombie that was on one
Yeah.
that Rig put out of misery. And I'm just like, God damn it! But I got the creepy little girl with the pet rabbit or the stuffed rabbit thing that he shoots in the opening scene too. Like, so that was kind of cool. But the other 2 suck.
Yep. Well, dude, you just made my girlfriend like happy as shit. Because I will not be able to keep that Captain Spaulding vinyl. Reason being is her last name's Spaulding.
I kind of figured since that's her little like Facebook name that she had that
well,
would be
her
a
last
good
name is
sin for you.
legitimately Spaulding.
But yeah, no, that'll be in the mail when I mail that. It's going out with your poster. Oh yeah, you both of you will need 11.5 by 17 poster frames because it's going to be easier for me to mail them in tubes than it will be to try to mail frames.
Yeah, you mentioned that, but appreciate it.
Well, no, I told you that I might have thought of a way to send it. I could have probably put them in the priority like game board box that the post office has, but it would like quintuple the amount that it would cost me to ship it. And the frames that I have aren't even worth the extra amount it would cost to ship.
Speaking of collectibles, I'm not getting this because I don't have a ridiculous amount of money because it's $120 for the collector's edition.
Oh
But I just linked it. The Dark Souls 2 collector's edition has a gangster ass figure with it.
Yeah, I saw that, the little statue guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered the collector's edition because it was only like $10 or $20 more than the regular of South Park: The Stick of Truth, mostly because I need a 6-inch fat Cartman wizard on my shelf.
Nice.
Because that's the only place you can get it is in that collector's edition. So yeah, I kind of need Cartman with his stick of authority.
Has T-Rex become the new bacon of the T-shirt world?
Yeah, T-Rexes are an internet thing. It's like cats.
Well, right. It's just like I had to buy. I've seen the
And
Unstoppable.
Velociraptor.
I've seen the Unstoppable T-shirt, and I had to buy that, where he's got the little arm extensions. So
Oh yeah.
that's beautiful. There's one where he's dropped them, and it just says "stoppable." I've seen another one where he's got one extension, and he's just like truly unstoppable.
Yeah, no, the T-Rex related thing on the internet I found that I've killed like an hour being amused at is it's like T-Rex trying to do things that he can't do because his arms are too short, and it's like it's a collection of this guy's illustrations of basically the T-Rex failing at a bunch of shit, and it's kind of some of them are kind of like but like some of them are truly hilarious because he just did a good job with some of the drawings.
Hey, so are you guys familiar with the Goat Remixes?
No,
Okay.
I don't know that I want to be.
Well,
Especially
so,
since I saw you put Skirlix up there, and I was like, ooh, failure?
No. This is beautiful. So are you guys
Does
familiar
it
with
involve
the?
Skirlix? Then it's not beautiful.
Are you familiar with the Screaming Goats online?
Yeah.
Okay, so people have been dropping the Screaming Goats into a bunch of songs, and one of them that I think has done really well is Skirlix, and I'm playing it right now.
Next time I see you, I'm going to punch you in the fucking balls. That's what I think about that.
Oh, you need to trust me. Just go hunt that shit down.
It was kind of funny, but at the same time, it kind of hurt my soul a little bit too.
It was still Skirlix, so
You'll get over
I'm
it.
about to change my desktop wallpaper because in honor of the movie that I pre-ordered and received from Amazon on the release date, we're gonna go with Thor. Oh, hey, I don't know if either of you has an interest in owning the Veronica Mars movie, but like I don't know if the price has skyrocketed yet on Amazon, but I pre-ordered the Blu-ray of it for like $15.
nice.
Wait, is it
So it's
just
coming
straight
out in a
to
couple
DVD?
weeks?
Yeah, I mean it'll be in the theaters in a couple of weeks, and then I don't know when the actual movie itself is coming out, but I figured it's something I'm definitely going to want to own. So, $15 for a brand new Blu-ray when it comes out is not bad.
I'm hoping Greenville gets it.
I think the
I know they increased
because
it.
the Regal
Yeah,
Regal
no,
had
it's
it
still 15.
had it listed as a like you could pre-buy the tickets here.
Oh, did they? Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you should be able to.
It looks like it's still 15. I'm not running to the theater to go see it, but I'm gonna make sure I see it in theaters.
No, I'm gonna run to the theater to make sure I go see it. Because I fucking love Veronica Mars.
Oh no, I'm there with you. I feel like I've forgotten half the show, so I kind of need to rewatch it before I go see the movie. Just to make sure I'm kept up to relevance, because I know they're gonna do a fuck ton of callbacks, and I want to catch as many of them on the first run. Well, and I have a second run theater, so
Oh yeah,
that helps.
there are a bunch of those around here supposedly, and I have yet to actually go hunt one down.
Oh, so meaning you just haven't gone looking?
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of time to go see movies anyway, and when I do, there's usually something like brand new I want to go see, or
Which, by the way,
it's something that I want to see in 3D, so I know I'm going to have to pay more for it anyway. Like, I had to see The Hobbit. I've seen both Hobbit movies in IMAX, so I've got to see the third one in IMAX too, just because they're pretty fucking awesome. The 48 frames per second thing really works well with the IMAX.
which, by
I
the
still
way,
get to see one like that.
completely understand why you said Lego Movie was good. I went and watched it the last time we talked that day, and first movie I've seen in a long time that I want to go back to the theater and see it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my ringtone now. Just
I
because
can't
it's
stand
super
that song.
annoying.
Can't stand that song. But I do love the Batman song. Darkness.
No parents. That's just so funny when he started playing that song. I'm like, oh my god.
I lost it.
I totally made it. I made this song for you.
Which is
It's
great
about me
because when
being
you
an
think
adopted-
about it, the
or
songs
an
totally
orphan.
make sense in the context of the plot because it's all about the little boy's imagination.
Yeah.
So a song about everything being awesome and like Batman
Spoilers.
having no parents and being dark and shit, like sounds like songs a kid would think of.
Well, and I completely get all the like negative reviews in the sense of like no one's really blatantly said it's a bad movie. It's just a lot of people feel extremely exhausted by the end of it. And I get that.
See, I didn't get that. Like, it wasn't like I wasn't exhausted when I was watching. I mean, there's been movies where I feel like by the time the movie's over, I feel fucking wrung out. But that wasn't it. It normally takes like a really tense ass thriller drama type movie where I feel like I'm literally grinding my teeth on the edge of my seat for me to be exhausted.
Well,
Lego movie is just too damn fun. It's not.
It's very highly energetic, and I get that. I'm not saying that I felt exhausted by the end of it, but it's just extremely fast paced. Like every time that you're just on this constant the entire movie. It's like a sugar rush, I guess. You're just like go 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 go, and then it just ends, and you're like, huh. Okay.
The Duplo at the end is hilarious, though.
That was one of my favorite jokes. We are from the planet Duplo, and we have come to destroy your world. Because I was sitting there wondering, I was like, oh, Duplo Legos. Yes, well played. Well played.
Yes. And what was it? The cute kitty in Cute World or whatever it was. That thing was beautiful. It's like, it's beautifully cute and dark.
Oh, Unikitty?
Yeah, Unikitty, that's it. Well, and the entire setup of that, or of how they delivered that movie was fantastic. Kids will love this movie. Those kids are going to watch that movie 10 years from now and be like, my parents let me watch this?
Well, it's it's like a perfect generation gap movie because most of the people that are going to take their kids to see that played with Lego when they were little.
Mm-hmm. Well, and there's a bunch of references in there from when they were kids.
Yeah, and it's one of the few toys that hasn't died out. It's still
it got more complicated.
It's actually probably more ingrained in culture now than it was when we were kids. I mean, shit, at Disneyland, there's a huge, in downtown Disney, there's a huge Lego store. I actually took a few pictures that I have on Facebook of me in the Lego store. They have, a gigantic, incredible Hulk that they built out of Legos in there, like Gandalf. Well, they have the fucking, gigantic-ass genie from Aladdin with, Aladdin and Jasmine flying around on a carpet. All this shit's made out of Legos. It's ridiculous.
Well, there's a beautiful Lego joke in Community. I don't know how far, or if you guys have watched Community yet, but in season 4, I believe, they're sitting in biology class, and their teacher just got out of prison, and he got his 4-year degree to go teach, etc., at a community colleges and community setup. It's okay. Anyway, he's like, okay, I got a question for you guys. What happened with Lego? You know, the little blocks that. Those plans and things used to be simple, but now they have entire cities and Death Stars and just what happened? Something changed while I was in. No? Guys? Silence.
Maybe it was the delivery, but I don't know. Maybe it's something I have to watch.
Definitely have to watch, but just going over the generation gap of if you're gone for a few years, the Lego models went from really simple models to super articulated models.
I don't know that they're necessarily more articulated because they're still using, by and large, a lot of the same parts they've always had. Mm-hmm. I think it's just that they've gotten more people that are highly intelligent and really nerdy working for them to be able to come up with plans to build shit other than just generic spaceship, generic car.
Spaceship!
It's wait, you know you can use these same parts to make the fucking Death Star, right? Why don't we do that? I think it's more that, but no, I mean they definitely have more they have more parts, but I think it's more that they've gotten better designers probably.
I'll give you that.
To figure out how to put the stuff together in new ways. No, if Lego ever figures out that they can sell individual figures of characters that people like, even if it's something obscene like $5 for a little Lego figure, they would just rake in gobs of cash.
They do that
nerds
already.
all over the world will be like, "Oh, I need Hulk. Ooh, and I need Wonder Woman.
Well, at the Lego
I need
store,
Batman."
At the Lego store in the Crabtree, you can make your own figures.
Yeah, you can, but usually they don't have all the parts you need to make
you can buy minifigs off their website.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
And they're not randomized, or
they're not random. They're not randomized, but they're limited. Because they've done this weird shit where they're in sets almost, set 17 minifigs or whatever. And so anything that's not in the current set, you can't get. But the thing is, they don't sell licensed ones because they're licensed, so you couldn't get Hulk and shit. But you can get their minifigs, the different like jobs and things like pirate and ninja and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which they're actually really, if you can get the right ones, you don't mind it. They're really good for like making like D&D minis out of, or
So-
just character minis.
What you're saying is that you probably should have led with the fact that you couldn't get licensed one before Chris is like opening up new tabs. And it's like, holy shit, I can buy minifigs, and you're like, oh, you can't get the licensed one. I'm just like, god damn it.
Well, the point there is, you know, if they've gone that far, maybe they'll figure out that they can make money that way. For instance, D&D, Wizards of the Coast, has signed a deal with, I don't remember what fucking name of the toy brand is, but now they're doing miniatures, and they're not doing them connected to a shitty miniature game. You can literally just buy the fucking ones you want.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Took them like 30 years to figure it out.
Well, it took them a Kickstarter that made like $300,000 that threatened to shut down their miniature game shit. Like, oh hey, people aren't going to buy our randomized crap for way too much money when they can just go online and make whatever the fuck they want.
I'm trying to remember what the fuck name of the damn company is, but it's a company that's been making like figures and shit for and, like, you know, game and stuff for a while.
That. I saw the announcement for that. Can't remember what company, but there's been nothing but positive review from what I can tell.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
that's
they make
all around
high quality shit.
Yeah.
So
Well, no, I wanted, like, the thing was, I would love to collect little, like, maybe it's just me. I can't believe it's just me, but maybe it is. I would love to collect little mini Legos of all my favorite characters.
you know what I've done? It's
like-
kind of the ghetto version of that. The like Fisher Price superhero series, like the Batman and Marvel and stuff like that. Especially if you do DC for whatever reason, because they had the license first, maybe. Like, you can do a really good job of like making the entire fucking Justice League out of those little Fisher Price figures. I know because they're gangster, and I think West saw it. They have Green Arrow, and he's pretty pimp. I mean,
right.
when you got Green Arrow Fisher Price figure.
Right.
I don't know. I think Lego's kind of iconic. That's why I wanted to collect Lego versions, but I don't want to have to buy like a $30 set with some shit that I'm probably not going to have time to put together, nor have a place to display. Like, I can't build Helm's Deep. I don't have a place in my apartment to put Helm's Deep, but I want fucking Aragorn and Legolas and Gimli.
Well,
I just want the figures. But I did find a Bilbo. It's an individual figure at the Lego store, but he's stuck to a magnet. So, like, with a background on it. So I have that on my desk because I have a dry erase magnet board, but it's not quite the same.
Yeah, no.
Normally the best you can do is buy like those little bag or those little box sets for about $10, and they come with a figure or two. For the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, you could get reasonably all of the main characters, you know, by buying them in the groups. Like, it would be like Frodo and Sam, or Frodo and Gollum, or Bilbo and Gollum, Aragorn and Legolas, or Legolas and Gimli. I mean, you could get those, and it works out to being like about $5 a piece, even if you don't put together the little miniature playset they're with.
Well, maybe.
I mean, but that's not too bad. But that's like the only set that I've seen that does that. Like,
it feels
all the rest-
kind of wasteful to do that.
Hey
too.
guys, I have to cut this. I have got to go.
All right.
But I will talk next week, and I plan on having this up later today. If not,
All right.
early tomorrow. All right.
Send me a text once you upload it. That way I can hop on all the other Tumblr and shit like that.
Will do. Later, man.
All right, later.
So you're listening to the Nerd Method podcast with West and
Chris.
Yay! You got it this time. You can get in touch with us on what's the email? I forgot. You forgot too.
Let me make sure I know what it is without fucking it up. I have it on my phone.
I believe it is nerdmethodpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, methodpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, just email us if you want to talk to us.
You might want to re-record that. That's a clusterfuck failure right there.
I think it's a nice intro. I really think it's a nice intro.